Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad you found us. Today, we're diving into a topic that many of us struggle with: waiting. Waiting for answers, for dreams to come true, or for things to finally fall into place. It can be hard, right? But what if that waiting is part of God's bigger plan for you? Today, we'll talk about how trusting in God's timing can lead to blessings far greater than we expect. So grab a seat and let's take a few minutes to reflect on the beauty of waiting on God's perfect timing. We've all been there, waiting for a prayer to be answered, for an opportunity to arise, or for a situation to change. And during that wait, it's easy to feel frustrated, discouraged, and maybe even forgotten. But what I want to share with you today is that God's delays aren't denials. They're His way of preparing you for something far better than what you're imagining right now. Let's look at Abraham's story. God promised Abraham that he would be the father of many nations. Yet, 4 years, nothing happened. Decades passed, and Abraham and Sarah were still without a child. Can you imagine the uncertainty they must have felt? But here's the amazing part: Abraham continued to trust in God's timing. At the age of 100, Isaac was born. Abraham's wait was long, but God's promise was fulfilled in the perfect moment. Sometimes, what seems like a delay is actually God aligning things in ways we can't yet understand. Maybe He's molding your character, refining your patience, or waiting for the right circumstances to unfold. Think about your own life for a second. What is it that you're waiting for? Maybe it's a new job, a relationship, healing, or a breakthrough in your family. You pray, and you hope, but the answer just doesn't seem to come. You wonder, God, have you forgotten me? But here's the truth: God never forgets. He's always working in ways we can't see. It's like planting a seed. You don't see immediate growth, but beneath the surface, roots are forming, and in time, a beautiful plant will emerge. The waiting period is when God is laying the foundation for something bigger, something better than you ever imagined. This reminds me of a powerful verse, Isaiah 40:31, which says, "But those who hope in the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles, they will run and not grow weary, they will walk and not be faint." This verse gives us the promise that when we wait on God, He renews us. He gives us the strength to keep moving forward, even when we don't see the full picture. Waiting isn't passive, it's a time of preparation, growth, and trust. Let me share a personal story. I had a close friend who was desperately searching for a job. She sent out countless applications, attended interviews, and still, nothing. The waiting period felt endless, and she started to lose hope. But instead of giving up, she prayed and decided to trust that God had a plan. A few months later, out of nowhere, she received an offer from a company she had never even considered. Not only was it a better fit for her skills, but the job brought her closer to her life purpose. If she had rushed the process or settled for less, she would have missed out on the incredible opportunity that was waiting for her. Sometimes, the no or the wait is because God is preparing the perfect yes. So, I want to encourage you: if you're in a season of waiting, don't lose hope. It's easy to feel impatient or even frustrated, but trust that God's timing is perfect. He knows what you need and when you need it. The Bible reminds us in Romans 8:28 that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. That means even in the waiting, even in the silence, God is working for your good. If you're waiting for a breakthrough, remember this: the waiting is not wasted. God is preparing you for something far greater than you can imagine. Stay patient, stay faithful, and trust in His perfect timing. Thank you so much for watching. If this message touched your heart, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with someone who needs a reminder that God's timing is always right. And if you want more inspiration, check out my other videos and make sure to subscribe to the channel for weekly doses of hope and encouragement. Keep trusting, keep believing, and remember, God's delays are not denials, they're just a setup for something greater. Until next time, stay blessed.